What's the deal? You already know what it is. Back in this one, another video to about to my young boys, maybe girls, but no, today we got to get on here, talk about this DDG situation, man. So apparently, DDG has filed for full custody of his son. He's saying Halle Bailey is unstable. And I just want to react to some of this stuff that's actually coming out. Because, you know, a lot of people had a lot to say about DDG when Halle Bailey came out with her allegations against him, saying that, you know, he was apparently abusive and everything like that. So now he's clapping back. He's apparently clapping back. He ain't going out without a fight. I'm gonna sit up there, mute this music. He said he ain't going out. He said he ain't going out like this. And he's dropped some bombs. It says we just gonna react to it as we read it. It says DDG files to stop Halle Bailey from leaving the country with son. Claims she's a risk to herself. Infant. Why is that worded like that? Why is it not in their infant child or whatever? She's a risk to herself, infant. That can't be right. Maybe it is. Don't sound right. It says Halle Bailey has filed. Okay, this was when she filed her thing. I think. Excuse me. Halle Bailey has filed to deny DDG's request and instead grant her permission to take their son out the country. Has filed to deny the request of DDG's request and instead grant her permission to take their son out the country so she can work. Halle is also requesting orders to stop DDG and his family and friends posting about their son. This litigation and Halle on all platforms. Okay, Halle also points out that DDG waited until today, June 4th, to file a request to block her from traveling and ask for new custody orders when he and his attorneys have ignored all of her efforts. Why am I already reading about, see off rip, why is they doing this? The headline of the story is DDG files what he filed against Halle, right? So why immediately am I reading, the first thing I'm reading is what DDG has apparently done wrong. DDG has filed, okay, like why we had to get through that first. Ignored all her efforts for him to have monitored visits with their son since the issuance of the TRO on 5/13/25. All right, let's see. Let's get into the nitty gritty. DDG has filed an emergency motion to stop Halle Bailey from taking their infant son out of the country, claiming she poses an imminent emotional and psychological risk to the child. The rapper filed the docs Wednesday morning asking for an emergency hearing because he says Halle has made plans to fly their son Halo to Italy on Saturday. Okay, DDG says the court shouldn't allow this because Halle isn't mentally healthy enough to care for herself and their child, and he worries about what she might do if she leaves the court's jurisdiction. DDG provides examples of alleged conduct he thinks is troubling, claiming Halle once took his gun and left the house without telling him where she was going. DDG alleges he ultimately found her outside just holding the weapon. He says she was pregnant when the incident went down. He alleges Halle once tried to have an abortion behind his back, but says she ultimately changed her mind and decided not to go through with it. Man, it's crazy, man. These chicks be crazy, man. Y'all gotta watch out who y'all dealing with. That's been the message the whole time as I've been covering this, fellas. Watch who y'all are sitting up there dealing with, bro. On another occasion, 2 months after Halo was born, DDG claims Halle sent a series of alarming text messages threatening to kill herself and suggesting that their infant son Halo might also be harmed. I don't think you can say that. Maybe you can. I don't know. As you know, Bailey has accused DDG of abusive behavior in the past, including once when she was alleged he slammed her face to the steering wheel and chipped her tooth. DDG tells a different version of events, claiming he came to pick up Halo for his custodial time with his son, but Hallie jumped into the back seat when he did, demanding they come up with a formal co-parenting schedule. DDG alleges she became increasingly agitated and started jumping from the back seat to hit him, and her momentum carried her forward and she smacked her head on the steering wheel. Yeah. That sounds crazy, huh? Look at this. So off rip again, I don't like this. They talking about alleged injury. When it came to Hallie and they had those pictures of her up there, they didn't put alleged injury in the picture. Like, do y'all see how they be covering this stuff? And how they try to make the black man look, bruh? And I ain't saying DDG ain't got no wrong in this. I'm just saying you got to see how it's a clear bias going on here. How does this picture say alleged injury, but we go to when they cover Hallie stuff, alleged injury is nowhere to be seen on none of this. No alleged injury here. DDG posts his injuries. DDG posts his injuries and they stamp alleged injury on there. You can't make that up. You can't make it up. Well, if it's a guy, it's an alleged injury. If it's a girl, no, she did it. Like, that's whack. DDG is asking the judge to block Hallie from taking Halo to Italy. He also wants sole legal and physical custody of their son. If he's not granted sole custody, then he wants all custodial exchanges facilitated by a third party. We've reached out to Hallie so far. No word back. That's it, huh? Why don't they got the screenshots, though? They was quick to update and talk about, oh, Hallie's denying this, and that, and DDG did this and that. But why don't they got the screenshots that he also had with the claim? Why is that not on TMZ? Something to think about. Let's go back to the Hallie thing. Did they have the screenshots when he was? Did they have a screenshot? Yeah. They had all the screenshots here then, huh? They had access to all the screenshots here. DDG confronts Hallie over Brent Fayez. They had all the screenshots that made him look like a crazy, controlling black man, huh? They had all the receipts. No screenshots here with DDG stuff. But it's all right. We got the screenshots here. These are the messages that came out where DDG is showing that Hallie is clearly unstable and a tweaker who I wouldn't want to have custody of my damn son either. You talking about you giving this chick full custody? Crazy. Let's read some of this. I think we can go here. Nah. Let's go here. And I also want to note that it was not like when it came to getting these, the Shade Room didn't post all of them. It's like the screenshots is literally scattered all over Instagram. Like each one is like, I'm finding different ones scattered all over Instagram. When it was the other way around, I could find everything I needed to find. Quick and easy. Y'all see I got 3 different tabs open, all different screenshots. Because it's like you can't find these together for some reason. It's weird. And this is not even this is not even what I'm looking for. This wasn't the page I was on that I ended up finding that had all of them. Give me a sec. I was about to say they better not be gone. All right. So Pete, text messages revealed DDG didn't feel safe around Hallie. She also threatened to commit the suit. So let's look at this. It says, bruh, what is y'all on? Go back to my stuff. Shout out to whoever that was. But damn, this ain't your time. Alright, we back. Text messages revealed DDG. Alright, we talked. Alright, boom. We into this. Let's see what's going on here. Bruh. Never mind. I was about to say. My bad. File attachment. She says, answer the fickle phone. You know she tweaking. She ain't even trying to type right. Answer the fickle phone. Answer the fucking phone. I'm gonna try one more time. If you don't answer, it's over forever. Damn. Drama queen, huh? That's what that acting class is all of that. That's what it do. I'm not playing, Daryl. That's it. He said, I just want to be left alone. Please. I'm calling for help. I have a knife. She said, I'm calling for help. I have a knife. All right. That's wild. Bruh, how did they just do that? Oh, no, the arrow right here. I clicked the wrong arrow, my bad. All right. She said, please. She said, please take Halo. He said, I'm genuinely scared of you, man. I feel like you're going to kill me in my sleep one day. I'm not allowing you in my house around guns. Please just go home and I'll pick up Halo from there. Me and Halo are in the cold and you won't let us in your house? Are you serious? It's that gaslighting. He said he's scared for his life. He ain't trying to let her in. She said, you're going to just leave us out here in the cold? I get that, though. I feel that. He said he'll get him. He said, you go home. Well, I'll get him. Shit, he might have had a little in the crib. He might have already knew what was about to go down. Y'all know. It's DDG we talking about. You never know. I keep clicking the wrong thing, bro. All right, next. Okay, we got a lot of these. She said you leave me hanging as a mother. You won't step up when I need you to. I'm begging you. I just found out you slept with Lala in Mexico. I'm gonna kill myself tonight. My son will not be around for it. I hate you forever. You can have him and let her be his mom. You can't. She better not win no kind of custody after this. That's crazy. Y'all can't feel like she's the one that need to be the primary parent. After that, you talking about my son won't be around for it? Where will he be at? Where he gonna be? While you in one room, I don't know, slicing, roping, however that go. Where's the boy at? That's crazy. He said, I can't believe you acting like this. She said you put your penis inside of her in Mexico. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. She said she was the controlling type of girlfriend. She said she want to know where you at, boo, boo, boo. She wants these fellas. You have to watch out for women like these. They are out here. These women are demon possessed. She wants full control over you in your life. She wants full control over your whole essence and everything about you. You gotta watch out for these women out here that be on that that don't know the biblical order of things, that don't know that is the Most High Christ, man, woman, child, animals. You know it. You got to look out for the ones that don't understand that simple concept. Because if you dealing with a woman who believes that, you know, Mother Goddess and all of that, women were the original queens of the earth and all of that crap, you believe in it, you deal with somebody who believe in any of that, you might wind up into a situation like this, because they control freaks. They just want control over a man's essence, and they want to control everything about him. They want to harness a man in power and drain him dry. They want to be men. These women be control freaks on the low. This is a control freak. She just worried about where this dude meat is going. You put your penis inside of her in Mexico. You're gonna commit the sue off of that? You gonna end it all off of that? You that hurt that you don't have this man's essence that you're gonna just end it all? She said, answer the phone. I read that. Yeah. She said, I'm calling for help. I have a knife. I'm calling for help. But why don't care, do you? But you don't care, do you? But you don't care, do you? She's starved for attention. She wants attention. You gotta watch out for these types. The ones that's, I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with your girl being clingy, but there's levels to it. She has to be one within herself. She has to have a relationship with the Most High. She has to be whole within herself. Otherwise, she's going to be constantly sitting up there relying on you to pick up the pieces and sit up there and make her one, make her whole. And you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to do that. She said, I'll just go home and pack. Hello? He said, if you don't come back here, I'm going to call the police. I don't want you to do something stupid. Okay, now I'm a little confused. Because on one hand, if this is the same day, didn't he just say he want her to leave so he can go back? So he can pick the boy up? These might be 2 different days. The dates is blurry. He said, I'm gonna give it 5 minutes. You have a son. I know you took my gun. That gun has no safety. Put it down. That's not something to play with. She taking this dude guns. It's no way that she wins this custody thing. I mean, I see what the media is trying to do, and they trying to keep the narrative and everything in her favor, but this is too damning. This is too damning. We don't have nothing. If anything, if you're talking about DDG and Hallie's situation, he hasn't been shown to be a flight risk to his son. You get what I'm saying? If the two of them are toxic together, that's one thing. But he hasn't shown any kind of negligence or any kind of like foul play towards the son, like towards their son. She's talking about, I'm gonna literally end it all with the boy in the other room. The boy can walk. Well, I don't know if he's in the other room or what. She said he won't be around, but I know he can walk around. Like if he's around, like he could just walk in and see mommy gone. Like, or if you trying to make him go somewhere else and have him be somewhere else while you do something crazy. It's just crazy. It's like this can't fly. There's no way they could possibly give her full custody after something like this. She's a flight risk. It ain't like she sat up there and can just be like, yeah, no, that's not me no more. I'm healed. No. You ain't healed up like that. You clearly still tweaking out. And then when you see a person that do stuff like this, you mean to tell me that it's far-fetched for her to sit up there and because they already was saying that she already had a chip tooth or something like that in the past. You don't think it's far-fetched for her to make something like this up, for her to already have a chip tooth and be like, yeah, he did this to me just out of spite? A person that literally have told us that they are down to end it all just for this dude's attention, just to make this dude, notice her or whatever her end goal is, but her energy harvest and goal. For the energy, she literally said, man, I end it all for the energy. So we don't think she'll lie. We don't think she'll make something up to get this dude energy. She said, you have ruined me and all my happiness. You hang up when I'm begging for help. You're the only help I used to have. And you're so focused on being famous and having money. She said you're the only help she used to have. Don't sound like God is in this woman's life. Don't sound like the Most High God is in this woman's life. She said you're the only. Look at all of this she putting on, dog. You are the only help I ever had. You're the only help I used to have. When you don't even see what's in front of you. When you don't even see what's in front of you. Notice me, senpai. How would you? How could you go to Mexico and be with someone else? This is 2024 too, so this is when they're not even together. Apparently, I thought he said they broke up in like 2023. So I think this is a year after they broke up. How could you go to Mexico and be with someone else? How could you openly talk shit about me to all your family and all the women you want to sleep with? I believe that's it. Is these all the same? Yeah, that's the same. And yeah, that's the same. So these are the screenshots he posted of her crashing out. And now let's look at the comments. All of a sudden the comments is talking about this ain't none of our business. Imagine having postpartum and no one helping. I keep seeing this type of comment too. Everybody's talking about she was going through postpartum. So, and then are these real? But yeah, I keep seeing everybody talk about postpartum as a means to justify her like crashing out like this. Women ain't never gonna beat the no accountability allegations. I'm convinced. That's just out the window. Cause when I was in these comments before, when it was the other way around, they was having a field day. It was him all alone, of course. And then now that he's showing that, oh wow, they were actually both toxic, which I said before, which I said in the initial coverage of this, I was saying they're a toxic couple. They're doing toxic stuff. It's like you shouldn't even really be like picking sides where it's like, oh, this person, that person. Is like, no, they're toxic. He picked the wrong woman. He picked a lunatic because she looked good. He picked a lunatic. And, she picked a whoremonger male. I mean, and they were toxic. And they had a baby out of toxicity. But people were so certain that, oh, it's DDG, it's DDG, it's DDG. It's like, no, they toxic. And now he's showing this, showing her side of the toxic train, and people say it's postpartum. Well, it's postpartum. No accountability whatsoever. It's postpartum. If God forbid, if she in the event end up taking her own life, harming the baby, doing whatever, it's postpartum, and it's DDG's fault. They would still swing that narrative that it's somehow his fault, And I ain't gonna say somehow it's fault, because he would have some fault, but like, damn, they'd be like, it's postpartum, and you know he's the blame that she did all of that, and you know that's the end of it. It's like it's no accountability ever anywhere. And then again, I just want to emphasize, I want to point that out and simultaneously emphasize again how they covering this stuff. Oh, this is 9/17/24. So I guess they was together in 2024. But look, there's no alleged injury here. But here, alleged injury. Alleged injury. Everything is alleged when it comes to the guys. Everything, it's all alleged. No alleged injury here. What even is alleged injury? Like, I'm literally looking at the injury. Like, that's a clear injury right there. How is the injury alleged when I'm actually looking at an injury right here? Like, you see what they do to sit up there and try to swing narratives? Like, Rock Nation really is doing a big one. They probably the reason why this video is as shadow banned as it is now. Because I feel like they sat up there and hit the last one. Anytime somebody is covering the DDG thing in DDG favor, it's like, or not even necessarily in his favor, but just adding the balance to it, to where it's like, damn, this ain't as black and white as it look. You know, it's like the powers that be is working overtime on this case for some reason. Because they want to destroy fatherhood and the image of the black man. That's what it's all about. They want to destroy the black man image so bad. They talking about alleged injury, even though I'm looking dead at an injury. That's crazy. But I just wanted to get on here and cover this. You know, like I said, this whole thing is getting wild. DDG ain't going out without a fight, though. I think he should. Based off of just me seeing what's happening, he should get custody. He ain't tweaking out like she is. I know that. I don't think he tweaking out like her. Based off what we seeing. He don't seem like he's an actual risk to their child. Like, she seems like she's a risk to the child's safety. She shouldn't get custody. That's how I see it. But that's the video, man. I just wanted to get on here real quick and cover this. You know, this is fresh news out here on the street. So, yeah, I wanted to give my take on it because I did make a video on the last thing. So, that's pretty much it, y'all, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Road to 1K. Like I said, these motherfuckers, I know they got this video shadow banned to hell. Because ain't no way. I just got on here about a few minutes ago. I didn't even talk. Like, I just drew and had people coming in and out this mug. You know, people coming in constantly the whole time. I get to covering something about our image, something that's going to shine the light on the agendas that these people got when it comes to our image. They said, no, we ain't pushing this one, bruh. It's all good, though. We going to get ours, you know, and truth is going to prevail, you goddamn demons. So, that's the video. Love y'all. Take care. Stay safe.